at 6 p.m. Pacific on CRN.
Welcome to Heaven on Earth, a sacred portal to visualizing, meditating, and co-creating our highest joys that usher in the Golden Age of Aquarius. I'm your host, Athena Starseed.
Aloha! I have my gorgeous co-host, Kim Hix, Emmy Award-winning set designer, all the way from, I don't know, have you made it to India, Kim? All right, so I'd like to have everyone just take a nice deep breath with me, and we're going to do the opening invocation. And so, inhale. Yeah, take all the prana in, and exhale. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men and women. May the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center, where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men and women. The center, which the masters know and serve. And may it seal the doors where doubt dwells. May the plan of love, light, and power restore heaven on earth. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Father Sky, and Mother Earth. From the point of light that connects us all, please be here in this sacred circle of light. Om, 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 amen and amen, and aloha. Welcome. So today's show is about nature being medicine. That the medicine of nature is absolutely mandatory for every living being. And we have fallen far from the Garden of Eden in our square cars, our square homes, our square lunch boxes. We have insulated our reality, where in past, times, we slept under the stars. We laid our bodies on the earth. A time before shoes, when the electromagnetic impulses of Mother Gaia continue to breastfeed us and nurture our bodies and generate a frequency of homeostasis and complete love. A time before depression. In fact, there were thousands and thousands of years where humans didn't experience the vibrations of depression and the way that we know it now, the chronic stress, where we're under so much pressure 24 hours a day in this crazy grid that we're locked into, like the Mario Brothers, like Donkey Kong, like Space Invaders. We have replicated those games and put ourselves in them, and it's making us, discordant. And we're about returning back to harmony. So when we talk about nature as medicine, what is medicine? Medicine is considered something that helps a person become healed, whole, holy, and complete. And nature is that medicine because, as you can hear the birds, I'm outside right now, because nature has a song, and our bodies have a song. And when we're in nature, we tune our bodies back into the universal accordant energy, according to our life plan and our life contract. And that sympathetic resonance has earphones. And that's like plugging into your own cosmic radio station, where every time you have a situation, you have a solution, because the resonance informs the field as the field is flowing. And so it wouldn't be a big deal if we all knew that every problem that you'd ever have in any lifetime was always solutionable. And the solution is in the problem itself, in the field. So, where is that resonance in that discordant field? Well, let's say it's the eye of the storm. Let's go back to a nature analogy when nature is the medicine. The storm is chaotic. the life, the situation, the abandonment, the divorce, the death, the disease, the disruption, all the way to war. And what's the return to the sweet spot, the stillness, the eye of the storm, where there is no movement? That internal nature is a place that can come with you everywhere you go. So therefore, there's no need to externally retreat, but we return internally to receive the treat. Because when we understand that our vibration is the best thing we can manage, and when we manage our vibration by being soaking, dripping, allowing the absorption into nature, we tune our instruments, and our bodies are these little instruments, like tuning a Stradivarius. You need a pitch pipe. You need a tuning fork. Nature is the medicine of the tuning fork to the cosmic flow of divinity through us. It's syncing up the universal celestial bodies. Do I have my beautiful co-host Kim Hix on the line?
I'm here. I'm back from a technological fault line.
Well, the title of the show is Nature is Medicine, and a return to the tuning in.
What a fabulous subject. How to tune in. The harmonics of vibration that are achieved by nature are absolutely astounding. And all we have to do is harmonize with that sort of incredible the incredible ecstatic way that nature is able to function on these big, long, low, and smooth vibratonic wavelengths. It's nothing like standing by the ocean and getting kind of your mind just gets peacefulized, just dramatically sweetened by just staring and feeling the waves come and them go. So beautiful. I missed what you started with, Athena. I'd love to hear some more.
Okay, well, what I was talking about was, nature shows us in animal medicine and in weather patterns and in analogies, like, the ocean. To remain in the deeps of the ocean, you're still, and you don't have that choppy wave thought form, disturbing your field. You see what I'm saying? Like the reality that's spinning around you, like the storm. If you go into the center of yourself, you can find that eye of the storm, which is the calmness. So if we look to nature as our big brother, our big sister, as our guide, our guidance navigational system, you can almost decode anything that you're going through in life. And I'll give you an example. So this morning I woke up and there was a bunny in my yard. And I was like, all right, so what are the characteristics of this animal, and why is this animal in my reality, and what can I learn from the animal's characteristics? Animals are very good teachers. So the rabbits multiply. They're very intuitive. They're very sensitive. They're very gentle. They're also fearful. Watching the fear vibrations in my life, but also knowing that these animals are tricksters, and they can hide from big huge predators, and that they're soft. And there's one thing I learned about them, that if they stay in the sun, their coats change to blend into the environment. So the certain amount of sunlight changes their aura, the first, second layer out, so not only the coat, but I think the vibration. And what happens when you put a bunch of people on an island in Hawaii in the sun?
You have a delightful meltdown. You have an incredibly different civilization than you would have had any other way. And it would have been more organic, like the rabbits in the yard. The nature of life is to be in this exquisite embrace of nature. It's always nature that we come from and we return to. The thing that was in the Havasu Nation in the Grand Canyon, the Havasu native people, the Havasupai, have a saying down there that they enjoy their where they live, and they enjoy their relationship to nature so immensely that they say to themselves, "Make me always as I am now." And knowing that's recognizing the highest level of conscious activation in creation is to be a swimmer in the depths of nature. And that's always struck me. Those people are tuned in, I love it. we get tuned out because we're trying to avoid so much information coming at us. But boy, when you sit by the waterfall, or you plunge in the ocean, or you hear the palms rattling over your heads, oh, that takes care of it pretty quick.
I have realized something, this week. I've been spending a lot of time at the beach, remember, with my, surfing friends. And I've been learning that everything is about flow. Everything is about tuning in to the cosmic waves. And so he was even describing to me, surfers are good in traffic because they know where to weave in and out. They're following the flow. They're not like jerky or stopping or, you know what I'm saying? They can follow the flow in business. They can follow the flow. It's like you're waiting and allowing the universe to dance with you instead of, as our human egoic consciousness, we set a business goal, we want to achieve it, we're like pushing things over like a bull in a china shop. We're not considering how we impact our environment. Are we in a choir? Are we in a choir with nature? Is our businesses dumping oil into the Gulf of Mexico? Are the businesses putting plastic bottles in our oceans? So I want to share something, and I think this is just because it's important. Yesterday I'm training with this surfer, right? So I'm running 5 miles a day down from Venice to Santa Monica, and he stops and he talks to this guy in a truck, and he comes back over and he brings us these bags with these blue gloves, and I just started smiling because I remember my daughter's school has them do beach cleanup twice a year. These, from kindergarten up to elementary school, and I was like, wow, and I have missed those days because I've had to work, and here I manifested a conscious being that not only surfs, but his mission is to take care of the oceans. So we walked, for 45 minutes and just started cleaning up the beaches.
Oh, fantastic.
And the tar and the oil off of Santa Monica and just the trash and the pollution from the people that just throw their food things into the water, and then the water washes it back up. And I was like, I felt the ocean loving me. I was like, yes, Mama Ocean, I love you too. I'm going to do my little part, and I was imagining like loving Mother Earth hour, like every 24 hours, loving Mother Earth hour, where when that hour hit, let's say if it was 11:11 to 12:12, everybody stopped what they were doing and they just loved the earth, whatever way that they could. Picking up a piece of trash, planting a tree. I mean, imagine just for one 60-minute interval, if everybody just stopped and just loved the earth.
Just a simple action like that would be exquisite. We have a phenomenal effect, the exact same thing as you did there in Hawaii here, because all of us who are regulars to the island, and we have to clean up the overlooks because they get trashed so quickly, and people will break bottles of beer, and people will do, cigarette butts are stomped out, and we take care of the birds, we take care of the watering of the little garden, and it's all spontaneous. It's amazing how many surfer consciousness people we have here that actually help sustain this and that's aside from the regular civic responsibility. But it does make you feel totally in tune. Whenever I've had to stop and clean up the whole place in the morning, I felt like, this has got to be done, and I'm the one to do it. And that's
I had a shift, okay, because I have picked up trash with my clients for, as long as I've been in business with my boot camp, 10 pieces of trash per people a day. And we would do that on the Hollywood Hills. But I was like kind of angry at humans. I want to say this week, I didn't feel any anger picking up trash. All I felt was love for Mother Earth.
Great point. I guess we're going to break now. We'll pick up on the other side with the continuation of this incredibly interesting little conversation.
All right, this is Athena Starseed and Kim Hix, Heaven on Earth on CRN Talk Radio. Please, if you like the show, share it with your friends and stay in tune with your inner nature.
Hey Lorraine, do you realize that your mother, my mother-in-law, Chef Maria, has been serving Las Vegas since 1949?
Yes, I do, Dennis. That's when she first met Howard Hughes, who fell in love with her cooking.
And in 1955, she opened her first restaurant on Fremont Street.
Yes, dear. And another great customer was Liberace.
Wow. Then in 1962, while Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack were causing global excitement on the Las Vegas Strip, your family opened their second restaurant.
And in 1972, Elvis Presley began electrifying Las Vegas audiences and eating in our restaurant.
You know, Lorraine, this is quite a town. There's only one Las Vegas.
And there's only one Bootlegger Italian Bistro.
Folks, when you're in Las Vegas, come visit us. We'll make you feel like you're part of our family.
The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, conveniently located at 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard, South Strip. Visit our website at www.bootleggerlasvegas.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Hi, everybody. Michael Horn from CRNTalk.com. You know, we provide you with the best in talk radio. 8 channels of talk radio, from radio on the left, radio on the right, sports talk, business talk, religious talk, Spanish talk, you name it, we've got talk radio for you. All at CRNTalk.com. Well, now we'll bring you video as well as audio. That's right. Watch your favorite shows like The Robert Conrad Show, The Fred Dreyer Program, What's Cooking Today, What's Cooking on Wine, The Lounge, and so many other shows in video right at our website, crntalk.com. You can also watch us on Roku. Just search CRN Talk, and you can watch us on Roku on any TV anywhere in the world. Also on Facebook Live. Go to facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Roku, search CRN Talk. Check us out on Tiki Live and at crntalk.com. Video for you talk fans, all from CRN Talk.
Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Rain.
Hola, we are back. Aloha. I have my gorgeous co-host Tim Arthur Hix, Emmy Award-winning set designer from Hawaii, on the show, and we're talking about nature is medicine. So go ahead, Kim.
Well, that's such a wonderful subject. You know, nature is, of course, food in one sense. Nature is that which is sacrificed constantly to feed everything else. And so in that incredible sense, medicine is, nature, food is also medicine. And medicine is the extremely beautiful quality of nature that both heals and engenders growth and all these other possibilities. We're just flowers on the eternal holy tree of life, and we're just blooming in this constant cascade of gorgeous little buds, only to become the food, the exciting fuel for everything on the forest floor that wants to be nourished by the tenderness of those petals when they can eat them. The fungi are an enthusiastic part of the great eco-spiritual system of the planet. And I'm really looking forward to us getting back much more in line with the qualities of nature that understand all this. We have our brilliant science, and I just want to get it to the brilliant science to open the door for the brilliant spirituality that is right inside of it. Go through that golden door. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel our future present societies It's already happening. People are building homes and trees. They're building water fountains inside of hotels. They're bringing nature inside. I work on Abbott Kinney at the Mystic Journey as an intuitive reader, and right across the street from us, there's a building that the whole facade is plants. They have a plant. It's like instead of painting the building, they put plants all over the wall. So I don't know if you can imagine, like
beautiful.
You have to walk through these plants to get into the building. And like you said, instead of we can't have 7 billion people run into somewhere that they're not. So what we do is we have 7 billion people plant a garden where they're at, and let that flower and overgrow their reality. I used to put trees inside my house. I think you knew that. When you came to my house, did you notice I had palm trees in my living room?
It seems like such a small gesture, but it's vitally important in the recognition of other beings, especially plant beings. I mean, the recent research on the plants and the holistic communication system in the forest is utterly profound. They're speaking to each other through the mycelium network, and the mother trees will actually feed their babies. I mean, this is a long, slow process, but that's what they do. And they're very cautious with developing their canopies and protecting their young and developing them. It's an exquisite art form, and they've mastered it. And the nature of the forest is to have the deepest, most abiding stillness that you can get. A forest is a gentle, gentle place, and it's meant to screen out the violence of the weather on the outside. So if we bring plants into our cities, why can't we begin to create these incredibly beautiful edible landscapings just about everywhere? All the walls of south side facing buildings could be growing beautiful kinds of food. I mean, we're going to have to start thinking differently about life when we get to that, because that is the quality of life. It's not money, and money, I'm not so sure money's going to last in the form it's in. But I think nature will, and I'd sure like to see the conscious creatives, all of us out there who are leaning in this direction, to start to think twice about the nature of economics and understand ecology as an economic art form.
And it's also our richest resource. We are rich in nature, and when we count that as our wealth, I think we govern it better. Yes, and not as a resource to be cut down, but as a holistic resource that touches our very core of our being. I just got up to. Yeah. Go ahead. I was going to say, I'm sorry. I was going to say, like you said, it's the core of our being. It's the pulse it's a human resonance, the pulse of the earth, right? And then the trees that are giving us this oxygen and they're allowing our atmosphere to exist. It's the essence of, let's just say, a greater aspect of our own biology. You know what I'm saying? So if we're connected to our heart frequency, it's like having a pacemaker. If you're in tune with nature, your heart will beat correctly. People are sticking on medication because they're out of tune. Their hearts are not beating with the rhythms of the cosmic mother. All right,
nature is the medicine.
Okay, so this is Kim Hix and Athena Starseed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. Get into your inner nature today. We love you. We'll be right back after these commercial messages on CRN Talk Radio. Aloha.
Were you scammed into signing a timeshare contract? And did you miss the part that said you have to pay for your great idea? Not only for the rest of your life, but when you're not here anymore, you get to pass this turkey onto your family for them to pay for the rest of their lives. Thanks, Dad. Don't burden your family down the road, and don't be stuck with expensive timeshare payments forever. Get out of your bad idea timeshare contract guaranteed, or pay nothing. Call Resort Release today and learn for free how their timeshare Timeshare Exit team can help you legally exit your timeshare contract. They've helped thousands of people, and they're A+ rated with a BBB. So if you feel scammed, get mad and get out of your expensive timeshare contract right now, guaranteed. Call NOW.
800-716-9903. 800-716-9903. 800-716-9903. That's 800-716-9903.
This is the entertainment answer. What was inspiring to actress Taraji P. Henson about her character Ann Atwater in her new movie, The Best of Enemies?
She fought for herself, and in fighting the slumlords and the most horrible living conditions, she learned the law. What's made her an angel is that she reached back and helped others around her. She was like the saint of the community.
The Best of Enemies, rated PG-13, in theaters April 5th. For this entertainment answer, I'm Matt Mungle.
Hi everyone, this is Fred Dreyer telling you about my favorite Italian restaurant. It's Angelo's and Vinci's in Fullerton, California. Angelo's and Vinci's has the best pasta, the best seafood, the best salad, spaghetti, lasagna, and the most incredible pizza. And the chicken is delicious. Marsala, piccata, cacciatore, parmigiana, and more. For desserts, try our spumoni or our tiramisu, my favorite, flown in fresh from Italy. And the cannolis and the zeppolis are out of this world. Open for lunch and dinner, and don't miss the Sunday champagne brunch, just $23.95. Are you kidding me? It's all up the road from Disneyland at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Angelo's and Vinci's, like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. Call 714-879-4022 or visit us online at angeloandvinci's.com.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% fine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. We don't use any heat, air, or light drying methods that damage nutrients. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health.
To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code FLASH.
Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Rain. Supreme grace, light rain.
Hello, this is Athena Starseed and Kim Hix, Emmy Award winning set designer all the way from Hawaii. And this is a show called Heaven on Earth, and how we create a portal of possibility through consciously sharing our dreams with our partners and our cosmic playmates. And so Kim and I share our dreams every Saturday. And I want to say that indigenous cultures, I was just reading this week, they used to wake up, and they called it dream sharing, at 3 in the morning. And they would sit around a little fire, and they would drink tea, and each person in the group would share their dreams. And then after an hour, they would go back to bed. And that's how they got in tune with their inner nature, to actually consciously share their dreams. So that's what Kim and I are doing, and we're talking about the dream of having nature in our reality on a daily basis, because it's medicine.
Yes, indeed, it is medicine. And it can cure just about anything. If you can relieve the pressure, yeah, go ahead, Athena.
I was going to say, you were talking about food when we last were on.
Yeah, no, I wanted to remind myself, which I have to do from time to time, that nature's fundamentally a vast recycling system. It's an ecosystem that is constantly churning over and transforming, so that the patterns are all shifting, but they still kind of remain the same. The tree of life is only one tree. I mean, frankly, there's only one event that has happened since the Big Bang, and we're all part of it. And nature is the Big Bang, and her entire dance and her aura and all her interactions and sub-interactions are all part of the vast harmonic of that one event. In other words, the universe itself, through nature, is doing everything. Everything. We are just fragments of the dance of nature in her operation. So it helps me a lot to understand, because when you have to face things like eating animals or eating anything, killing things to live, you know, that's a big conundrum. This is a difficult thing for spiritualists to try and resolve, you know, to be a veggie head, you know, where do you want to go with this? And you have to really align yourself deeply, but you must understand that we ourselves and everyone and everything else are only temporary art forms flowering out and dissolving back into nature.
Wow, and that's, I want to go back to surfing, because you know how you said that there was a consciousness around the surfers in Hawaii that were informed and connected to their environment, so then they ended up taking action, not as environmentalists, but as co-creators with nature.
Yeah.
When you ride a wave, you're co-creating with that water. You're participating in the dance. You're playing with her.
Oh yeah, it's. You have to be patient. You have to sit in that lineup and you bob up and down, and then you start to hear the noise, because you can hear it coming in from behind you slightly, and everybody in anticipation starts to get ready, and they start getting ready to drop in, and then it comes, and my goodness, you can't ride that wave till the wave gets there to ride. And then there's that joy of like, oh, taking it on in. And how far can you get in? How far can you get to the shore? Or how good is the ride, you know? Now, I love the consciousness of the surfers, because the surfing consciousness, of course, is the internet. We refer to it as surfing. I mean, it's the same sort of thing. You are always hoping that you will find a very exciting adventure as you search the internet, something meaningful, something illuminating, something that you really wanted or needed to maybe understand or see or just acknowledge. And that surfing consciousness is a spontaneous consciousness that comes deeply out of that. Terms like dude, hey dude, are the surfer culture. The surfer culture is more dominant in our culture than we would ever know, from the Beach Boys era on out.
And let me ask you a question, because I'm just getting into surfing right now. I'm a baby. Like, I'm actually just training on the sand right now. Yeah. I'm running 5 miles a day, and I have to do crunches and push-ups, and this surfer is putting me on a program.
Oh, wow.
What does Hey Dude translate to for these surfers? Obviously, there's a whole encyclopedia of love in there.
Yes, there is. And, I mean, the dude thing is the brother thing. And it's also the bra thing, hey bra, you know, and it's an intimacy that typically shared by the males that is such a soft, sweet honoring. It's like they've all been marinated in the ocean, so there's this beautiful marine quality to their nature, and that is shared and acknowledged. You know, when they come out of the water and, yeah, bro, man, what a ride that was. I could, blah, blah, blah. It's just it's great to hear their stories and to overhear them and see them. And now they're into new technologies and new adventures. But boy, this idea of getting offshore, catching a wave that's coming onshore and riding it in is really, really a great adventure. I mean, it's no less than the Tahitians first arriving in Hawaii and discovering the place for the first time. And you get a little bit of that feeling when you're in there surfing off of Santa Monica and you finally come in. It's a tremendous joy to make landfall again, because after all, we don't live in the ocean, but we do what we nest on land, you know. And the land is the sacred nesting zone. It's quite. I'm glad to hear you're doing all this, Athena. It's really exciting.
Well, you inspired me, because when we were doing our bucket list, And you were talking about you don't have a bucket list. You have what I'm doing today. That's your life. It's called your now.
It certainly is, because my bucket list, I sort of achieved in a lot of ways. And speaking of bucket list, I guess I'm off to India on Monday. So I'm sure I'm going to find deeper, more meaningful truths of life there. But I'm very interested, Athena, in seeing our planetary relationship to nature. I've really got to understand this at depth, because I have just found such deep consciousness in nature and how she operates. And I think it's the intrusion of the industrial society in it that is really the negation of nature in its way. But there's no reason we can't redesign our entire ecosystem of economics so that it actually serves nature. We can actually do that. There's that forest. Yeah, go ahead.
No, finish the forest.
Okay. I just wanted to mention that Forrester, that book you read, and I read about, I don't know, the hidden nature of the forest or something. But anyway.
Oh, the hidden secret of plants, the life of secret plants.
Yeah. The
secret life of plants.
Yeah. I mean, understanding the depth of a full, complete ecosystem. He started out as a guy who was hired to manage the forest for cutting down the trees. And he fell into the web of consciousness of nature so deeply that he went back to the town and said, look, I think I can work out a better way. Let's create memorial trees. Let's create a tourism business around our forest. And they didn't cut the trees down. Instead, they let the forest be. And they constantly nurtured it. And they did things like created memorials where you'd put your ashes of a loved one at a certain tree. And this was intelligent magic. And they wound up creating enough economy around the forest that everybody in the little town benefited from it. I mean, to me, that's fantastic.
That's what I wanted to say when you were going to talk about the trees. I was going to jump in and say, I bet if we hooked up people to some intelligence, tests, that the people that are in nature have more access to their DNA in their brain. They're like right now. Let's say we use 2 to 3 to 4% of our brain. Okay, maybe Einstein 4.5, 5. Okay, I believe that when that guy was in one state of consciousness, I chop trees down, I get paid a paycheck, I do my job. He went into the forest. The forest harmonized him. He went up radio waves, and he heard the trees. Hey, here's another idea for you that keeps oxygen on the planet, keeps people happy. They're more reverent, and they're praying. This is a place of beauty. It's a sacred sanctuary, a sacred retreat.
Sacred sanctuary, yeah.
A retreat, a tree treat, a retreat.
A retreat treat. Well,
yeah.
Of all the threads in my life, it is been my constant need and passion to explore nature. I mean, it's always just playing in the grass and the trees and where the sand bluffs in my native home and all those things that it was involved in. But even now, I just continually find my own passion in solitude. Nature is here's what I do, man. We go out to the desert, and once we're 2 days off the road, we can jump in to the actual experience of place. You don't get that the first day out. You can't do it as a tourist. You have to sleep in the night with the stars above and wake up the next morning with the rising sun, and nature is chirping. Nature is dancing. She's singing. The ravens are flying about looking for their morning breakfast, and it's just exquisite. That tunes me up. I mean, of all the spiritual pursuits I've pursued, it's my relationship to nature in that way, because I feel like I can see what she's doing, and that's the treasure. She's very revelatory. She's like a beautiful goddess dancing, and I start to recognize it. I see the spiders, and I see the little ants, and I see the flowers blooming in a desert spring. And it's my deepest treasure. I think the best thing, and if we've taken things to the other side, I bet that's the story. It's like, well, how did you enjoy nature? What was nature like for you?
I feel it makes humanity more intelligent. I want to go back to the genius of people like, okay, Emerson, right? So
Right.
I went into the woods to live deliberately, to suck the raw marrow out of life. What was he saying?
You need to reduce life to your absolute necessities in order to understand the value of life. It's what the sadhus do when they go on their journeys, and they just strip down. They wear very little clothing, and they just eat out of the alms bowl. But when he goes and does that in nature, when he steps into nature, he's able to actually be nourished by the marrow of nature. The sacred blood of nature is the green blood of green fire consciousness. And that's why I think we're going in an era that was going to take us deep into Emerson's woods. We have to go there. I can't think of a better, more beautiful thing to do than to take our civilization away from this insanity that we've generated and much more deeply into the nature of nature.
And so our higher nature, we have a lower nature, an animalistic nature, dog-eat-dog nature, and we have a higher nature. And the more we're saturated and soaked in nature, we do turn on. I feel like, imagine that when you get goosebumps, every goosebump is a pocket or a data packet full of genius. And when you go into nature and all those bumps come out, you like multiply exponentially your intelligence, from your skin temperature to your digestion, to the way you digest sunlight, to the way that you can listen to the trees. Your hearing increases, your frequency starts, your telepathy turns on with the animals.
It's incredible, Athena. Just I wish we had lives we could spend more time in nature with. So I'm going to try and figure out how to do that. I'm off duty for a while, but I'm certainly heading out. And I'm going to head out and follow my own intuition as to where to go, because you can't, nature will guide you and dance with you. And she's so graceful at it that you just have to be gentle and aware. And like, oh, you take this road or you take that road and you go off to this forest or you go to that mountaintop. You seek vision in the mountains. You seek nesting in the valleys. You seek adventures on the ocean to cross to other lands. All of the stories of humanity are written in the script of nature. She who unveils the dawn every day and spins the planet, and she who accommodates all souls and all struggles and all well-being at once. It's quite a show. I am honored to be alive. That's all I can say. I'm real happy about this.
I just love to be with you on Saturday because I'm a big dreamer. I'm a Pisces. I got Neptune. I'm a dreamer. You make me want to dream in Technicolor. I mean, just like the things that you do, like you're influencing me. I'm surfing because of you. Because when you talked about surfing, I lightly held that in my mind, and then I took a different turn. I didn't go home last Wednesday, and I went to the ocean, and I just saw the guitar player. I had no idea he was a guitar player and a surfer. So I got two, and just to hang out in the vibration. I mean, just to be around the state of consciousness that actually tunes into the universe, surfs the flow, brings it back to the song, and shares it with the beach.
That's so beautiful, Athena. That is just spectacular. And yes, it's that deep, and yet deep and knowing intuition. It's just, I'm going to make a left turn here. I'm not going to follow my own little pattern. I'm going to do something else today. And every time I ever do that, something happens. It's just amazing. Hello?
Yeah, I was just going to say it's the magic. The magic when you don't get in your, what do you call it? When they put mice in a maze. When you don't get in that mice maze consciousness. You know, there was a great book. There was a great book called "Who Moved My Cheese."
Oh yeah,
New York book. And I had all my clients read that, and then I had them write little papers on: Are you him or you ha? When the maze moves the cheese, are you adventurous? Do you take the risk? Do you take the left turn? Or do you sit there and starve thinking something's going to change?
Yeah.
All right, well, it sounds like we have our commercial music, and this is Kim Hix and Athena Starseed creating heaven on earth through our conscious portal of dreaming every Saturday. Kim's dreaming of India, and we're all going to be going with him because he's going to come back and tell the adventures of the hero's journey. So we love you guys. Stay tuned. If you like the show, please share it, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages. Aloha.
Welcome to your island home away from home at Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Relax and unwind on 11 acres of tropical gardens by the whale-shaped pool or in a beachfront cabana. Enjoy your favorite ocean activities, culture activities, and free nightly entertainment. A perfect setting for weddings, honeymoons, family vacations, or just a weekend getaway. Experience Aloha at its best at Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel. Call 661-0011 or visit kbhmaui.com and let us welcome you and your ohana to ours.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. It's time to leave the cocoon. No more rain and cold weather. Enjoy the deliciousness of Columbo's. It's not just the delightful and tender steaks, the to-die-for fish specialties. Colombo family Italian specialties, along with jazz every night and the world's greatest meatballs. It's the feeling you get at Columbo's. It's easy, friendly, not phony, and so far away from Beverly Hills prices, it makes for, oh yes, experience. It's easy, and don't we all need a large dose of easy and enjoy? Don't deny yourself and the family. It really is Good Times Central. That's why you have got to get to Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's Manja.
Okay, looks like we're back in. I'm just lost swimming in the beautiful ocean of nature that I've enveloped myself in through talking with you, Athena, this morning. It's just been a joy. And nature is just exquisite in all of its manifestations. You know, I think I'm never, I was never able to construct that healthy a relationship based on my upbringing with the Christian gods as effective as I was in nature. And once I discovered that nature was where you do commune with the gods, and then the gods were all these beings at all scales of nature, then I had a totally different attitude, and I had a very workable thesis on how theism works. It's understanding the sacredness of nature is understanding communion and consciousness with the Godhead itself. And after all, the tree of life is this one incredible, explosively beautiful diversification that's just based on this seed event that got it going in the first place.
So I'm just back in here, and I'm so sorry. I had to go run. I grabbed something in the kitchen. What were you saying, Kim?
So I don't know, some little rant about the nature of nature. Oh, yes, communing. That I had difficulty with the God constructs that were fed to me as a little Christian boy, which, in the beginning of my life. And then I discovered nature, Athena, and that's where I discovered that you could commune with the gods and that the gods were all imbued in nature. Every part of nature is a revelation of the Godhead itself. And that's why it's so exquisite and so much more beautiful than the conventional, there's only one God that's created everything, and it's like, oh, it's okay, but let's look at it from under the belly of nature and see how yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that is a perfect place to wrap the show up, because God is the conductor of the orchestra. God has the rhythm and the beat, and God is nature. God is in the dandelions. God is in the trees. God is in the crystal sands. God is in the ocean. God is in the rainbows. God is in the robins. God is in the willows. And when we go into nature, we don't have to read that in a book. That's what Emerson came back with. That's what the poets, the great poets of our time, why were they awakened? Why were they enlightened? Because they went into nature. They would stay in little cabins and pull themselves in and retreat into that nature. And then they would see God in everything. And then you don't have to separate God out and put God in any box.
Beautifully said, Athena. Gorgeous. Yes. You don't need to separate out. God is universal in the flow. And we're in that Godhead flow. It's so
that's medicine.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, this was a fantastic adventure with you. You'll be in India next time we talk to you. I'm excited about you going into your Indian nature. We love you. Thank you so much for spending this Saturday with us. Thank you, Kim Hix. Any wrap-up?
Thank you. And Matt, I want to say thanks to Matt, because I think Matt's going to be moving on. He's been our IT guy, and he's just done a great job for taking care of us for nigh on a year. So I really appreciate it. Matt, I hope you find what you're looking for out there.
We love you, Matt. Thank you so much. Blessings and light.
See you, all you light workers. Love you guys.